Hey guys, welcome back to on the episode 2 of MFF versus ATV podcast.
Yes. Wow. It is currently 4 in the morning. I'm a little tipsy. I am. We just got off D Crack's live stream, and he drank rum, and I drank what
Jack
seven,
Daniels.
6 or 7 shots of Jack Daniels for the
Yeah,
first time.
guys, he is tipsy as hell.
What an experience that was! I don't even feel drunk, to be honest.
Are you dizzy at all?
I'm a little like whoa, but I don't feel. I don't really feel much,
So you're
honestly.
buzzed.
I'm a little buzzed, but I thought that would mess me up a lot more than what it did.
Yeah,
But D Crack is not here, guys, because he's probably in the shower as we speak. Because
because at the end of the live stream, his wife Bree sprayed him with apple cider vinegar.
yeah,
It was it was one of the most funniest things ever tonight.
he's gagging. Oh,
It's like, "Ugh."
he's like, "Ugh, I gotta get this off. But
And that was the first time we actually heard him yell, like full blown yell.
oh, he was pissed too.
Yeah.
The
He's
second
like,
he was gonna end the live stream, and
uh
she was like, I gotta go do something to him.
huh. He said that she raced in and sprayed him with the bottle.
Shit, wouldn't you?
Yeah, dude. To be
At the
honest,
I would do it at the tip of a hat because it's funny.
me too. Oh no, do it while he's sleeping.
Oh, even better. But dude, even okay, now we're gonna get into something very interesting.
It's now 4 days. Count it, 4 days after December 10th. Which all these rumors were saying that YouTube is gonna delete YouTube channels that don't make money,
Yep.
and it is now 4 days later, and we're still here.
Yeah, and I was really worried too. I told
Me
you guys.
too.
I told you I was freaking downloading every sort of video that I possibly could and saving it to a hard drive. I was going to do that anyway, but the fact that I'm still here saying this now is an understatement to what YouTube has done in the past because they will
Yep.
do stuff without hesitation, and that's what scares me the most.
Yeah, that's the scary part because you don't know.
And speaking of without hesitation, I told you about my Twitter being suspended. They did that without hesitation,
Yeah,
without
yeah,
looking into the full context as to what happened initially.
yeah. Tell the audience what happened to get your Twitter account suspended.
All right. So a few days ago, I always reply to tweets that interest me, and
Yeah,
I tweet a lot. I'm always on Twitter.
and the guy that you tweeted at or responded to, I respond to him all the time. You see my tweets all the time.
Or was it somebody you knew?
Hey, no, it's not anyone I know. I follow him. He posts like horror sci-fi
Oh well, I didn't know.
pictures.
But anyway,
But
he
the picture that you replied to was a werewolf in a like a stairwell
like a down like in a basement. It was like a werewolf. It was a picture of a werewolf or something. It said,
on a staircase.
yeah, on a staircase, and it said, "What would you do if you saw this downstairs?" And my reply was, "Die of a heart attack."
And
With
you
a GIF. Is it GIF or GIF?
GIF.
It was a GIF of
Hey, what?
Homer Simpson like holding his chest, going,
Oh
"Ugh."
yeah. I seen that.
Yeah. And then Twitter went on and accused me of hate speech because they thought I wasn't talking about myself but somebody else.
Yeah, you 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 said I would have a heart attack.
No, I just said die of a heart attack. That was probably my mistake.
You probably should have put I.
I probably should have said I would die of a heart. That'd been a little bit better. But see, the thing is, I've been emailing them for the past couple of days
And no response.
and no response. And the even more fucked up situation about it is my email when I first signed into Twitter way years ago when I first got an account, my email was not valid because I didn't have an email at the time.
Yeah.
And it was like a weird email like Austin something something something. It was not a valid email. And now that I've been locked out of my Twitter account, I have no way of getting back in. So that's why I'm trying to reach Twitter somehow, some way to get my email changed. I even used my phone number for Pete's sake, and it didn't do nothing there.
Yeah. Well, Twitter sometimes doesn't tell you how long you're suspended for.
Yeah, but it didn't say. It didn't
But
say.
here's the thing, dude. Some people get their entire accounts taken away.
It's crazy. I've been on Twitter for so long, and they're going to treat me like this.
Well, I've been on Twitter since 2015.
Same. 2015.
Really?
Yep.
You never told me
2015.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, back to YouTube.
Yeah, back to
Then
YouTube.
then Austin told me that there's like this new update that they're going around YouTube, seeking around to find kid stuff and children stuff and adult stuff, and like separating them.
It's weird because it's a weird thing to talk about because they already said they were getting rid of demonetization, which was a good thing.
Yeah,
But
everyone's like, "Ooh, yeah, finally, you're getting rid of it."
there's still a problem.
You're
You
not
know,
gonna make as much revenue as you have before.
yeah, of course not, because there's still okay. You got adult content and you got kids content. Kids content is automatically going to get like, SpongeBob now available on DVD, or come see this show only on Nick. Oh, come subscribe to Disney Plus. Those are the kind of
Or
things that
like,
that's
oh, here come, go see the new Scooby Doo movie.
yeah, that's stuff on their side, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got adult content, which will be
Like horror games or
like,
R-rated movies.
come see this R-rated movie, or come drink this whiskey, or come smoke this cigarette, or. But then again,
Anything adult.
yeah. But then again, you also got the gray area. This is the important part. The gray area is like, try the new Burger King Whopper, or come to McDonald's. That's a gray area because that's both sides.
Yep.
And usually for an ad revenue or an advertiser in per se, you have to pick a side.
Yep.
And there's no side for that. There's just middle.
Didn't they say that they were gonna put adult ads on adult content?
I heard that. I don't know if they're gonna fully go through with that, but
If they go through with that, that would make the most sense.
I mean, yeah,
And plus,
it's a good idea, but it's still gonna turn down their ad revenue to an all-time low.
and plus, here's the downside of it. They're gonna use your revenue since they take some of it anyway.
Right.
They're trying to clean up their mess. What they did with COPPA and the FTC.
Yeah.
Which, in my
Either way,
opinion,
you're still getting fucked. No
yeah.
way around it.
Well, here's the bullshit part. They like they're taking it out on the creators on their platform. If it wasn't for if it wasn't for us, YouTube wouldn't be a thing.
Exactly.
Plus, what happened to the quote saying YouTube broadcast yourself?
Yeah. Did you notice that broadcast yourself is not there anymore?
Yeah, it's not there anymore
Because you can't broadcast yourself.
because YouTube is basically turning into TV at this point.
Exactly. See, this is what I said last time. Okay, YouTube has become another cash grab, just like Netflix, Hulu. They're trying to become like
Disney Plus.
Yeah, like Disney Plus. Don't even get me started on Disney Plus. But
Like, come on, they put the freaking Simpsons on Disney Plus. I'm like, are you kidding me right
yeah,
now?
and they're getting and see. I told you. I think they bought out Netflix. I think,
Are
and
you
that's
kidding?
and that's why they're cracking down on certain shows. Like I remember they're getting rid of The Office in like another year.
That's bullshit.
That's one of my all-time favorite shows on there, and I watch it all the time. And I heard they're going to get rid of that.
It's like is Disney buying everything now?
Disney has money to burn. Honestly, if Disney could take $5 billion and burn it in front of you, it would not break their bank. Not one freaking penny.
To be honest, I think Walt Disney would be ashamed.
Well, Walt Disney is a lot to blame too.
Well, yeah, true, but I'm saying like how Disney has turned out over the years.
Exactly.
It's been a huge cash grab.
And if you want my honest opinion about Disney, Disney has never been great.
Yeah, true.
Disney has never been this magical children thing. Disney has been this fucked up, perverted, sick place. Putting fucking dildos on the cover of movies, giving
manufacturer mistakes.
Yeah, giving a character a rock hard boner, giving having the girl fly in the air and you see up her skirt.
And another thing is, you remember that rat movie where they fly through the air?
Yep. There's a naked chick in the window.
Yep, there's a naked chick in the window.
And it was funny. This actually kind of leads into our next subject.
Hey, and they say Disney's for kids.
This is our next subject. We're leading right into it. This is perfect.
Well, we're just coming up on 10 minutes right now, so.
Yeah, conspiracy theories. This will take a while though.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories, okay? Because there's so much to talk about. We're still on the track of Disney. Have you ever looked at the Disney logo?
Yeah.
Has anything on the logo ever crossed your mind or said, "Ooh, that's a little odd"?
No.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
How about the D, the I, and the Y?
D, the I, and the Y. Here, let me look it up.
All right. Well, while you do that, I'm gonna say Disney has never been great, as we all know. They're hiding stuff. Are you looking at it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything on the D, I, and Y catch your eye at all? Nothing at all?
No. What is it?
666.
Oh, shit.
Did you see the 666?
Oh, yeah, the dot for the I.
Yep, it's a 6.
And the D, it's a backwards 6.
Yep, and the Y is another 6.
Yeah, 666.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, Disney's run by a bunch of Satanists.
Jesus.
That's why they're always. You remember Aladdin when there's like a really weird scene where the genie whispers, "Take off your clothes."
Yep. Or another movie, Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
That is not a kids movie for Disney. That is more like a teen Disney movie.
Yeah, and see, Disney is always linked with certain things. Like Disney even used to do, these all racist cartoons.
Yep.
Well, they did all these cartoons that were really bad. They even did one about the Twin Towers falling.
Yep, I remember that.
He's like, "Oh my God, the towers are falling!" I mean, they always did something like The Simpsons had the towers in their. I'm just saying, now we're moving on to the towers. I did
let's get back on subject.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theories. Besides Disney.
Yeah, I was moving on to that. The freaking I did a freaking board, one of these little class projects in school. I think it was in 6th grade.
Mm-hmm.
On the 9/11 conspiracy.
Yeah.
You talking about some crazy shit. I got a B for it, but I even did a video on it years ago. I had this little running series on my channel before I even met you guys called Conspiracy Theories. I did 3 seasons of that show.
Really?
I think I ended up with like 16 episodes in total. But one of them I did on conspiracy theories. And they had one guy on the news talking about how he knew that the 9/11 was fixed and was a plan. Who do you think that person was?
I have no idea who.
Our President of the United States, Donald Trump.
Are you serious?
Had him on the phone years ago before he became president talking about how he knew that was a tough structure. He knew that those buildings couldn't collapse under any sort of explosion or impact. He said that he checked the basement after the explosion, and everything was still intact in the basement.
It was what in the basement?
Still intact.
What?
He said that there was a high possibility that the entire building, when it was being built, was loaded, or even after the fact, was loaded with explosives. So even when the plane supposedly hit the building,
it exploded.
It exploded before it even impacted the building. When the building was built, it was made to fall inwards, kind of like a demolition. When a building, so the building would not.
Oh, dude, you're right, because it fell straight down.
It didn't just fall straight down. If you notice, when the buildings were falling, they were falling inwards. All the pieces were going inside instead of out.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's right.
Just like a demolition, so it wouldn't hurt anybody around the area. Crashing into the buildings.
Let me say this really quick, guys. These are just conspiracy theories. These might not be true.
Yeah.
Just letting you guys know.
We just don't know.
If you guys are saying, "Oh, that's bullshit," yada yada, we don't know for sure. These are just theories. These are just theories.
Yeah.
You can take it as your own opinion or whatever. These are just theories. So I just don't want you guys going in the comment section saying, "Oh, you guys are full of shit," yada yada. We're just saying
it's weird because We were just talking about Juice World, who passed
Yeah,
away.
that that's another thing we can talk about too.
All these rappers that I mean, not necessarily just Juice World, but a lot of celebrities in back in the day. There used to be a thing called the 27 Club,
Hmm.
where all these celebrities would die at the age of 27,
Yeah.
and it's strange. They either supposedly overdosed or murdered, but there was never any sort of proof as to how those happened, in order.
Yeah.
And like, even this is even a crazy one too. The damn, you ever heard of when you were in school with Nelson Mandela?
Oh yeah.
We've all heard of the Mandela Effect, where supposedly supposedly us as a human race have somehow traveled into another dimension or another universe,
Hmm.
because they said Nelson Mandela died in prison years and years ago.
Yep.
But we are in the universe where Nelson Mandela died in 2014.
Are you serious?
And there's little things here and there that have changed since then and now. Like, you ever heard of the Berenstein Bears
Oh yeah.
or the Berenstain Bears?
Both.
I've heard. When I was a kid, I remembered Berens. I think it was Berenstain, right?
Yep.
Berenstain.
Berenstain.
That's how I remembered it. But now it's Berenstein.
Weird.
It's little things like that, like the Monopoly logo. Did the when I was a kid, I remembered he had a monocle on his eye.
True. 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 True.
He doesn't have one now.
Yeah, he doesn't have a monocle.
It's little things like that that bother me, because it really kind of makes you think: did all this really happen, or did we cross into some sort? And the real question is, when did it happen? Because we weren't aware.
Yeah.
It just happened, and
Just
things
like
changed.
it just out of nowhere.
I don't know. I'm kind of. It's almost like the show that McJuggernauts did. The
Yeah.
My Virtual Escape.
Yep.
Like, all of this could be a simulation, but
I don't think this is a simulation.
you never know. We're far advanced than you think we are.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff that the government has that we don't know about.
It's like that Rick and Morty episode where they're in a simulation inside a simulation inside of a simulation.
That's true, because I'm sure the government has some deadly, deadly weapons to kill everybody if need be.
Yeah.
Now, like, this whole Area 51 thing they did, they got nervous.
They really did.
They got really nervous as to what they might see. I'm
It,
not saying there's aliens. I'm not one of them people that's like,
it's just what they have in that base. We just
yeah, I'm
don't
not.
know.
Yeah, I'm not just like, there's aliens everywhere. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm just like, they're definitely hiding something in there.
You know
I'm not.
there's one thing that they're hiding in there.
Mm,
The cure for cancer.
true. I believe there was a cure for cancer years and years ago, but they're only giving it to a certain amount of people,
Mm-hmm.
the elite, aka the Illuminati.
Yep. And the thing is, it's on the dollar bill.
Oh, dude, have you heard of this one?
Hmm.
This is some crazy shit. Okay, all right, all right. Not only does the dollar bill have the all-seeing eye on the back, as well as, have you ever seen the owl?
No.
You've never seen the owl?
No.
Look that up on Google real quick. The
Are
dollar
you
bill owl.
Are you serious? I
There's a,
never.
there's a tiny ass owl in the top. I want to say top right corner of the dollar bill. It's symbolic. It's very tiny though. You can't see it unless you look very, very closely.
Yo, what,
Mm-hmm.
dude? Hold on 1 second. You hold down the fort. I'm gonna go grab a dollar bill.
Oh, he's gonna grab a dollar bill now. But as I was saying, guys, there's so many things hidden. There's so much hidden in money, currency, movies, television, anything and everything has something symbolic and hidden right in front of our faces. And yet we just somehow miss them. But there are a few people out there, including me and MF. I'm trying to show MF a little bit, but there's a few of us out there who start to notice these things. And it's taken its toll on all of us, but yet we still notice. There's even one I'm going to tell about MF, and I'm going to tell MF in a second when he gets here.
All right, I'm back.
Are you back?
Yep.
I want to tell you about another thing about the dollar bill, too.
What's that?
If you crumble it up, it says "In God We Trust" on the back. It says $1 bill, $1 bill.
Yeah.
If you fold it a certain way, you'll get trust from "In God We Trust." If you cut off the O in one, you'll get no. And if you only show the end of the $1 bill, it says "Trust no one."
Oh, shit.
And there's so many. There's so much stuff I could tell you about.
And, dude, there is legit. There's a tiny owl on here.
Yep.
You're not bullshitting.
I told you. Here's the kicker. Here's the mind fuck. Okay? I was talking about 9/11 just a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
You could do this with a $5, $10, $20, $50, and $100 bill.
The Twin Towers.
Oh, no. This is even better.
What?
$5 bill shows the towers being built.
Wait. I'm going to look that up.
The $5 bill shows the towers being built. The $10 bill shows the first tower being hit. The $20 bill shows the other tower being hit. The $50 bill shows them collapsing, and then the $100 bill shows like a fountain and or smoke and or memorial. They had this plan from the start. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, there's a picture on here on Google that shows them being built, then collapsing.
Yep.
Holy shit.
And this is even crazy. The United Airlines.
Dude. There's another thing on the $20 bill. If you fold it a certain way, if you use the O-S-A-M-A.
Osama, yep.
That spells Osama.
Osama from, Osama bin Laden. That's right.
Yep.
And this whole thing about celebrities faking their deaths.
Yeah.
I just feel like it works. It may not seem like it does, but I feel like all of this stuff that we're talking about just merges all into one big spider web.
Yeah. Well, it all started since the early 70s.
Especially with Elvis.
Yeah, especially him.
Now, I think he died. That's one person that I do think really died.
Well, he's dead by now, but I'm pretty sure because he had the money to fake his death at that time.
But yeah, and then again, I will say this thing about Elvis. He was one of the first. He is, and then I wouldn't say he's the first. He's the only celebrity that was able to meet the president with a loaded gun.
Yep, in his pocket.
In his pocket, the only celebrity that was able to meet the president of the United States with a loaded gun.
In his coat.
Yeah, and I could go on forever. Let's talk about Tupac. You ever heard that one?
Oh, yeah. Where he got shot in 1996, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know how there was that photo that came out like a few days after he passed away?
Well, it was taken on the day of his death.
Yeah. Yeah, it was taken on the day of his death. They showed a video of Tupac himself getting makeup done, making it look like he was slashed.
Yeah, they even the picture, they show Suge Knight driving, who's in jail by the way, but Suge Knight is driving, has got the hand on the steering wheel, and Tupac's looking out the window.
Yeah, and here's another thing. You said the key wasn't in the ignition.
Right. So how could they be driving if the keys weren't there? It was like it's one of those what do you call it? Staged photographs.
Staged photographs.
And it's weird because all these rappers, it just seems like they know when they're gonna die.
Yep.
And not just rappers in general, just all musicians all together.
Yeah, because didn't Tupac write a song about him faking his death?
Yeah, I told you about the Eminem thing. Eminem did a song with a bunch of other rappers, and Eminem said, and I quote, "Hip hop hasn't been the same since Tupac moved to Cuba on us.
Yep. And that's where sightings have
Yeah.
begun. It's
And there's
huge.
always been all these clues and hints about how he's returning. And there's always something to do with the number 7 about he was going to return one day, like the Messiah. He always calls himself the Messiah or Machiavelli.
Yeah.
But Tupac, his is strange. His still does not make sense, even after over 20 years since he disappeared or died.
Yeah.
They because 1996, there's a lot of things that go with 96 as well. You add up the numbers, I believe it is 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9. That's the number I'm thinking of.
Yep.
And he would be in his 50s something if he was still alive now.
Mm-hmm.
Something around there. And like I said about the rappers, all these musicians know when they're going to die. Mac Miller, for example, his last music video.
Yep.
He's in a coffin. What's his name? Tentacion?
Something like that. I don't know.
His last music video was him showing up at his own funeral. This cannot be a coincidence,
Yeah, it can't be. Because if you think about it, all these rappers, they have the money.
Everything is done so precise and
so quiet.
So perfectly. It cannot be a coincidence because an average person cannot get it that right.
Yeah, and plus, imagine being in their shoes. Like, dude, you can't even walk down the fucking street without being mobbed.
Well, I've told you about this too. The bigger the bigger you are, the more you're going to be worth dead than alive.
Oh yeah, Elvis,
Michael Jackson,
Tupac.
And speaking of Michael Jackson, that's another weird one. For one, he died of cardiac arrest. It was nothing done to the face and or body. Why couldn't they show him in the coffin?
True, because he didn't have his coffin open.
No, he didn't have an open coffin?
Well, here's one thing. There's a video of someone, like, following the coroner car into, like, a shelter or whatever. And it showed someone built like Michael coming out and going into the building.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, but like, it's weird. It's very strange.
It was the same car.
It was the same car.
Same license plate.
But and it's weird because he still has music.
Yeah, still dropping today.
Yeah, and Michael Jackson, when he died, or supposedly the 911 call.
He didn't say the name?
From the doctor, no less, who should know what he's doing. He called 911 saying he's doing chest compressions on Michael, and the 911 operator said, "Is he on the ground? Is he on the floor, or is he in his bed? Is he on the floor or in his bed?" And a doctor would know that if you're doing chest compressions on somebody who has died of cardiac arrest or is dying of cardiac,
you have to do it on a hard surface.
You have to lay him down on a hard surface and not on the bed because you're not getting through to him with the bed.
Exactly. And here's another thing, like, when you do compressions on a bed, he was just bouncing Michael up and down.
Pretty much,
like, yeah. Up and down, because that's not a hard surface.
It just bothers me, when we talk about it, because it really makes.
In my opinion, Michael's doctor was an idiot.
He was an idiot, or he was done what he was told.
Like, what, was he hired to kill Michael?
Possibly. Because 90% of the time, they try to make it look like an accident.
Or a homicide.
A homicide, or suicide.
Or a murder.
Murder, anything. They try to make it look like it was done.
And plus, another thing. After what I say, you can say what you had to say, but if you think about it, he had a hard time sleeping.
Yeah.
Like every an hour and a half to 2 hours, he would get more pills. But there's one thing even his doctor knew not to give him was propofol.
Right.
When you have to have a license, a medical license or whatever it's called, for surgeons, that's supposed to be used when you're having surgery,
Yep.
not as a regular drug on a day-to-day basis, right?
And no offense to Michael and his fans, I'm a fan myself,
Me too.
but he was a drug addict
He
anyway.
really was. And plus, he had the choice of doing that.
He had his issues, and a lot of celebrities do. Elvis, blah blah blah, go on forever. But
Who was who was that singer slash actress died in 1967 or in the 50s?
you talk about Janis Joplin?
No, like they said that she committed suicide or whatever. It's the girl that was over the vent on the street, and her skirt blew into the wind.
I'm not sure. Her shirt blew into the wind.
Dolly something?
You talking about Dolly Parton?
No. Here, let me look it up. Sorry.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking. I think you're talking
Oh.
about Mama. You're talking about Mama Katz.
No.
Oh, I swear I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of it. But anyway, like, you guys listening, you got to be very, very careful.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
And if anything, you ever heard the expression, you got to keep your third eye open.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta keep your third eye open. You gotta pay attention to things like this because it can save you in the long run. Because the government, I heard, is preparing for a World War III, right?
Wait, what?
You never heard that?
No, what?
FEMA camps, right?
No.
They're camps. They're
Yeah.
called FEMA camps.
Yeah.
FEMA.
Yeah.
They're spread all across the United States,
Really?
and they are set up like they're prisons.
Oh.
When you're trying to keep somebody out, you put up a gate, a fence, with barbed wire at the top. How would you do it with the barbed wire? Would you point it outwards or inwards?
Outwards.
Yes. And why would you point it outwards?
To protect yourself.
To keep from people getting in.
Mm-hmm.
But all these FEMA camps, the barbed wire is pointing inward to keep whoever's in there from getting out, like a prison.
Really?
And the even scarier part is all across the U.S. in these FEMA camps, there are these large plastic bins that are coffins, basically, that can fit up to like 15 to 20 people a box.
Really?
They're placed all over, and not to offend anybody, but this sounds a lot like the Holocaust.
It really does. If you think about it.
And all these coffins, you can look that up too, but there's coffins all across the U.S. stored away until they need them. They could sit outside too. They're all sitting outside. You can go up to the gate and see them. They're sitting outside because they don't mess up in the rain. They don't mess up due to the outside nature world. They still sit there, because they're hard plastic.
Yeah.
They have this top on them. You could fit 15, 20 people in, depending on the body size, and bury them.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me. What bothers me is I hope it doesn't happen in my lifetime. I don't think
me neither.
But what scares me the most, it's going to happen in one of our kids' lifetimes, either our kids' lifetime or
our grandchildren.
Yeah, it's going to happen soon, but maybe not now.
Or some part in the future. We could be long dead by now.
It will
By
happen.
then.
It will happen eventually.
Yeah,
but
World War III will happen someday.
yeah, it will happen. But hopefully,
it'll just take the wrong fucking president.
Not necessarily. The president doesn't have any control.
What?
The president has no control.
Really?
The president has zero control. The president is, how would you say, a puppet.
Yeah, and who's the puppeteer?
Exactly. That's the $1 million question right there.
Who's the puppeteer? Who's controlling the puppet?
Who's controlling the puppet? As a matter of fact, who's controlling the puppet? Because it's multiple people. It's not just one person.
Okay, puppeteers.
There's multiple people. Multiple.
But yeah, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Which I'm pretty sure, or I hope it doesn't happen at all, to be honest.
It will happen.
We just never know.
We just never know. It's like the Bible, when you read the Bible, there's like a verse that says, you know not when the world's going to end.
Yep.
But if you want here's my take on it. If you want my take on the whole situation, it's mentioned in the Bible how all the world's going to go down anyway, and it's kind of happened now. It's happening now. You know,
Yeah.
not to get into a tough subject, but the whole thing about transgender, the whole thing about transhumanism, transgenders, it's all in the Bible.
So the Bible is basically predicting it.
Basically, and it was written a long time ago. And the thing is, the world will end. Here's what I think. The saying, the Lord's going to come back when He decides.
Yep.
When He decides that He's going to come back and make everything the way it should be again, He's going to decide when that happens. Because in the Bible it says, not when. I think when the Illuminati or whatever finally takes over, and I think that's when He will decide to come back.
That's when you think Jesus will come back.
I think that's when He finally will just put the hammer down and say, okay, it's finally time.
Yeah.
Because the Lord doesn't cause bad things to happen. Because you wonder why did this good person die? He didn't deserve to die. Why did the Lord let that happen?
Exactly.
It's not necessarily His fault. It's the consequences
of people,
of what they do in this world.
Yeah, they do it. Consequences happen.
But then again, you also got to think, the Lord also planned all of this out.
Yeah.
He made your story. Your story's already finished, MF. Your story is already finished. He knows how you're going to get married. He knows how many kids you're going to have. He knows when you're going to die.
Yep.
He knows
he knows how you're going to die.
Yeah, He knows how you're going to die. He knows your first job. He knows your first marriage. He knows he knows if you're going to get divorced and remarried. He knows it all. He knows how many hairs you have on the top of your head.
Yep. Same with you.
Exactly. Everybody.
Everyone in this world.
I feel like I'm getting off topic, but
it's fine. But what else do we want to talk about before we end this? I think we just covered up everything.
I think we just covered everything, but
if you guys want episode 3, make sure you like, subscribe,
yes,
and everything else. So,
cheers, Jack Daniels.
So we're gonna end here, guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you guys within the 3rd episode. See you guys later.